Keeping baggage from the past will leave no room for happiness in the future. Hi, welcome back to Self-Wired Happiness. My name is Monica. Here at Self-Wired Happiness, we unlock the secrets to a long, happy, and successful life. On our last episode, we discussed how the mind is like a software. And if you are not familiar with the computer world, we talked about how the mind is like a river. And to have a happy mind, then we have to delete all the low energy programs that create unhappiness and create more programs that add happiness into our lives. If we are going to live a long, happy, and successful life, we must be good at deleting these programs or viruses that are keeping our mind from being free and flexible and happy. If you don't understand the computer world, then if you have dirty water, then you must purify this dirty water so that you can see the beautiful life that is inside the water. So in this video, we are going to talk about how to purify the mind, how to purify the water, and how to delete those programs in our minds that are running. Imagine you have a program running in the background. You haven't solved this program. You haven't decided whether you want to delete it. You haven't decided whether you want to uninstall it from your computer. It's just taking up energy on your computer, slowing down your computer, and you're not able to work as efficiently as you would want to because there are so many programs that are slowing you down. This is what low-level emotions do, and thoughts of anger, thoughts of shame, guilt, pain, frustration, they're just slowing your mind down. And once you know how to delete these programs, you become a master of your own mind. And in this video, this is what we are going to show you. So let's dive right in. The first thing that we do if we want to have a clear mind is to set safe boundaries. If your mind doesn't trust you to keep it safe, it's going to run you. Remember, the mind is designed like that. If you're not safe, it's going to keep you in a survival mode. If you don't like this survival mode, you must set safe boundaries that talk to your mind, because it's very intelligent, that tell it that you're in control and that you should be given more responsibility of managing your own life. Otherwise, you will stay in a survival mode. Setting boundaries is easy. I used to have problems with boundaries, but now I have become a boundary boss. I got this book, Boundary Boss by Terry Cole. It's a really good, it'll help you learn how to set boundaries. Just learning about boundaries will help you become a better person when it comes to boundaries. What I do now is I draw a circle, and inside that circle, I write the word safe. In that circle, I am safe. Inside that circle, I am safe. Outside that circle, I am not safe. So my boundary, the line on the circle, that boundary is everything that will keep me safe in my own bubble. That's what I define as boundaries. So if I cross this line, I am not safe. If I stay within this limit, I am going to be safe. Just for example, like your budget. If you have a budget, you say, if I spend outside this amount, I am not safe financially. You know, if I save this much money, I am good. If I don't save this amount of money, I am not good. Boundaries just tell you what line you cross and what line you don't cross. It also tells other people what line they cross and what line they don't cross. I find that most people, are very respectful of other people's boundaries. I will respect your boundaries. I like to stay in my own lane and respect your own lane, because I find that that kind of respect goes a long way. You hear people shooting other people because they invaded their privacy, they came into their home because there's a boundary there that was crossed. If you're a person who doesn't respect boundaries, start respecting other people's boundaries. Stay in your lane. And if you don't have any boundaries, you have a big problem. Grab one of those books on boundaries and start creating firm boundaries. I have boundaries on everything: money, my relationships, my personal space. Boundaries are boundaries. Respect other people's boundaries. If you can do that, you're going to start living a very happy life, because you're not going to be fighting with other people over unnecessary stuff. Respect people's boundaries and have boundaries. Let go. Letting go involves forgiving people and also clearing your mind off of negative thoughts and emotions. When a thought comes in that's ruminating about the past, let go. Don't get invited into having a cup of tea with your thoughts, and you know these thoughts are not good. They're not good for you. They bring in all these bad emotions about what people did to you, how many times, all this blah, 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 blah. You have to learn to let go. The art of letting go is very, very healing. If you think that you have a habit of ruminating, going into the past, remembering what other people did, you need to learn the way of forgiveness and letting go. If you don't let go, these programs will stay in your mind and they're going to steal any hope that you have for the future. Learn how to let go. On that note, I will go on today's quote. Learn to let go, because keeping baggage from the past will leave no room for happiness in the future. We let go because we just have to. We have no other choice. If you want to learn more about how to forgive people and how to stop things from bugging your mind, I would say read this wonderful book by Michael Singer. It's called The Untethered Soul. It's a very good book. It will show you the art of letting go. One of the things it says that if a thought comes in and it's one of those thoughts and emotions that you want to let go, you just drop it. Do not even get invited into the movie of your thoughts. We're going to talk about this book later, but grab this book and letting go is a huge one. Learn how to let go. Stop procrastinating. Procrastination takes a lot of energy and time, and we do want to shut down programs that keep our mind busy. We don't want you being busy over stuff that you haven't even done. If it's bugging you, wake up and do something about it. Save yourself the energy and the time. Don't procrastinate. I think this one is very easy for many people to understand, because for me, I'm seated, I'm in my bed, and I'm thinking about the things that I want to do, I could just wake up and do them. And that way I save my time, my energy. The energy that I could use thinking about them is actually the energy that I used to do them, and then they are gone out of my life, out of neural connections. Mel Robbins and Tony Robbins, they have this 5-second rule that if you're procrastinating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up you go and you do it. That's a good way to stop procrastination. The fourth thing that I think really works is psilocybin therapy. A lot of people don't know about psilocybin, but this compound is found in magic mushroom. It is the bluish compound that you see on magic mushrooms. Psilocybin is illegal in the US. It is classified as a Schedule 1 drug. So it's right up there right now with cocaine and other drugs. But we know that in Canada and Europe, people are microdosing on psychedelics. The way these psychedelics work is this. I'm going to try to be very brief. You form neurocircuitry And sometimes these neurocircuitries, because they are energy, they are kind of hard to break. Imagine trying to break down a tarmac to road. It's very hard to break down the tarmac on that road. Psilocybin is like snow. It comes, it snows, it covers the tracks for a while, and for a bit, you're not a prisoner of your own mind. You are able to access the quantum vacuum, this field where you are nothing, where you are one with the universe. It just helps you access that consciousness where you feel at home and loved and connected with. The most common medications they give people with mental health problems right now is SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, but they're saying that psilocybin has probably 1000% more success than SSRIs. SSRIs are pretty much guesswork. Maybe they'll work for you, maybe they will not work for you. And now psilocybin is being seen as one of the best medicines for mental health. It helps people overcome addiction, and it helps people overcome post-traumatic stress disorders. If you want to learn more about psychedelics and their effects on mental health, please read this book by Michael Pollan, How to Change Your Mind. This book by Michael Pollan, How to Change Your Mind, is very, very good. It will introduce you to the world of psychedelics and how it affects your consciousness, and you can do more research on your own from there on. We are going to also talk a little bit more about this on another video. Meditation, I can never overemphasize the benefits of meditation, because for me, meditation has been a very, very wonderful experience. Meditating for me is my happy place. I have healed my body through meditation, as I had mentioned in my other videos. I have forgiven people through meditation. I have let go of baggage through meditation. There are so many different types of meditations that you can do. There's the breathing meditation, there's the sound meditation, there's chanting meditation, there's just sitting down in silence. There is the wheel of awareness meditation that helps create synchrony and integration with your whole body. Sometimes, because of trauma, our bodies will dissociate. I'll tell you an example. Dan Siegel, in his book Aware, explains how this happens. When you're going through childhood trauma, let's say, for example, you have parents who are not there for you, you're not able to connect with them, or they are abusive. If something happens, let's say in school, and you're not safe, one part of your brain that you've inherited during evolution is going to tell you, oh, go to your mother or father for comfort and security. But the amygdala is going to tell you, no, don't go there. So you have the limbic system telling you to go get comfort and love from your parents, but then you have the amygdala telling you don't go there. As a child, this is confusing because you only have one body. What are you gonna do? Do you run or do you stay? You have different parts of your body that are not communicating. They're telling you to do different things, and this is creating chaos and disorganization. So you kind of become disorganized in your attachment styles because you just don't know what to do. What meditation does, like a practice like the wheel of awareness meditation, it helps you connect with different parts of your body and create integration and create connection. This type of integration creates wholeness. It creates oneness, and this type of oneness is what creates good mental health. It's like a broken part. Imagine that your grandmother, your great-great-grandmother gave your grandmother a part, and your grandmother gave it to your mother, and then your mother gave it to you. Now you have this beautiful vase, and then it breaks. Now you have different pieces of this part, and you're thinking, I may want to pass it on to my child, but it's broken. You take your pot to the potter, and he says, don't worry, I'm going to take all these broken pieces and build back your pot again. And you're relieved that, oh my God, this actually works. This is what meditation does. It's like a potter. It takes your broken pieces and puts in together another vase for you, so that you're able to pass it on to your children and the people around you that you love. It's truly a gift. Meditation, the wheel of awareness, meditation works magic. I think I was telling you I was using the wheel of awareness when I actually tapped into my body systems and healed my body. Dan Siegel's Wheel of Awareness. This book is going to change your life. If you like reading about mental health, it's really, really great. The next one I'm going to talk about is neuro-linguistic programming. Throughout this program, we've been talking about forming neural connections. Neural connections is how your mind creates a program in your mind. It's a language. The neurons have their own language. When the neurons are forming language, they form that language in a sequence. There is a way that program is sequenced in your brain. If you have trauma, there is a way trauma is sequenced in your brain. There is a way you interpret your life. There's a way you tell yourself a story and you sequence that story. When you go to somebody who is practiced in NLP, they will try to distort these memories that you have that are traumatizing by interrupting that language that you tell yourself. When I did my NLP session, I did it with Guillermo Molano from Big Tree. I met him through the Metamorphic mentorship program of Clark Kegley. So I was doing this program of mentorship, and they were offering us 2 free sessions, brought into a program, and in that program, I had 2 free sessions. This NLP, his name is Guillermo, and I liked the first 2 sessions, so I bought in another session for like 3 months so that I can distort my traumas. It was one of the best things that I ever did for my mental health, because I had these stories running in my head that were kind of taking a lot of energy from me, and he helped me distort these memories in the way that they do it in NLP sessions. For example, he taught me how to create an energy bubble. When I wasn't feeling safe, I just create an energy bubble, and whatever negative things people say, they hit that bubble, and I'm able to poke and ask questions from that bubble. He helped me distort trauma and make it less painful to deal with. I'll share more about NLP. Exercise is one of those things that nobody will tell you how important it is. If you're busy and you have a lot of responsibilities, you definitely are getting stressed out. It is normal for you to feel stressed out because you have a lot of challenges every day that you have to overcome. Your body is helping you overcome these challenges by putting you in a survival state where you are actually releasing a lot of stress chemicals in your body. Exercise is very useful because it helps you release these stress chemicals, the cortisol and the adrenaline, from your system. If you keep these stress hormones in your system, you're not exercising, or you're even adding more toxins by smoking and drinking, you're creating a tornado in your system, and it's going to catch up with you. Exercise is one of those things that will help you overcome a lot of anxiety and stress, because you're actually removing the chemicals that keep you in a stressful state out of your body. Kick those chemicals out with exercise. Ubuntu. Dr. Franklin Lippmann talks about Ubuntu in his book, 10 Reasons You Feel Old and Get Fat. So I know this book, when I took this book, I thought that this book had a shallow title, but actually it has very, very good advice on how to live a long, happy, and successful life. A lot of the things that he talks about is nutrition, and it's really, really good advice. But one of the things that he talks about that I have found across all of the mental health books that I have read is what he calls Ubuntu. It's this concept of recognizing your humanity and affirming that humanity in others. When you don't recognize the humanity in others, you also fail to recognize your own humanity. One of the things that he talks about is finding your own tribe. In the modern world, this means finding people who have similar interests, finding people who have similar goals like you, finding people in your field of interest and becoming friends with those people so that you feel connected with the world. That sense of connection is really, really, really important. That sense of connection is emphasized by Dan Siegel in his book Aware. In his book Aware, Dan Siegel emphasizes this notion of Ubuntu when he says that when you live in a society where you are continually dehumanized and disrespected, it can create a neuroplastic loop that makes you feel that you're not good enough. When we live in a modern society where we choose to dehumanize a certain group of people, what we are doing is we are sending all these negative messages to them that you're not good enough, we are disrespecting you, and they will form a neuroplastic loop that makes them feel that they are not good enough. We are in fact traumatizing people. This is very harmful for human psychology and for people because we are social beings and we need to be included and heard, and we need to be part of the society. And this is very unfortunate that we do this in society, but also you can stop this from affecting you by choosing to associate with people who are good to you. If you're on a social media platform that's emphasizing that you're separate, that's emphasizing that you're not good enough, that's emphasizing that you're different and you don't belong in society, unsubscribe to that channel because you don't want to feel those negative emotions. In reality, you are never ever separate from society. You are never separate from God. You are never ever separate from the goodness of the universe. But if people are sending you those messages that you're different, that you're separate, that you're not good enough, and you're taking in this energy, you're going to build neuroplastic loops that keep you in that sense of feeling that you're separate. Do not buy into this. That's why it's important to not subscribe to people, places that make you feel that you're not good enough. Just look at your feelings. How does that person make you feel? And then decide, do I need this energy in my life? Do I want to create a mind that makes me live and feel this way? And then you decide, maybe no, this is not good for me. And then you cut off communication, you cut off connection, because you really must protect your mind from creating neuroplastic loops that make you feel separate. When you feel separate and broken, you're not using your whole potential. So stay away from places that create a mind that make you feel like you're inferior, that make you feel disrespected, or that make you feel that you do not belong to society. It's very, very important. On our next point is avoid people, places, and situations that make you feel disrespected and badly about yourself. This is not gonna create a beautiful mind for you. So if you're in such situations and such company, just start avoiding them, and if possible, remove them out of your life completely, because you do not want to create that mind. You have to protect yourself. Run. Run. Do what makes you happy. A lot of times, especially when you're growing up, you want to take on a career because your parent says that you do this, or somebody wants you to do that. Everybody in this life has their own mission and purpose, and you cannot define what that is for a person. Whatever makes them happy, that is their mission. So figure out what you like, where your heart is, and move in that direction. They say like 60% of Americans do not do what they love. Choose something that you love. The universe is going to deeply reward you for choosing the things that you love and doing the things that you love to do. That is where your happiness lies. This life is about living a happy life. Why not do what you love? Do what you love. Eat well. Eat plant-based diet. Plants are really good source of nutrition. Don't kill your plants before you eat them. Some people like really overcook their greens, and by the time they are eating them, all the vitamins are dead. Don't do that. I met this girl and she was telling me, I don't eat fruits and I don't like vegetables. And I was like, wow, we don't have a choice about some things. You know, we are part herbivores, so we do eat plants and we do eat fruits. Don't have that attitude that I don't eat fruits and veggies. What other options do you got? I don't know. Eat plants and veggies. I'm not saying exclusively eat plants and veggies. I'm just saying the other argument doesn't stand. Saying that I don't eat plants and I don't eat vegetables. No, that one doesn't fly through. Sleep well. Part of sleeping well is making sure that your mind is clear. You have forgiven people that you needed to forgive that day. You have made plans for tomorrow, what you're gonna do, so that when you get into your bed, you're not thinking about all these things that you need to do that you haven't done. So part of sleeping well, you can make sure that your room is clean, that the lights are dim, that you've done your meditation. If you are having body problems, you can do some exercise and stretching before bed. I like taking a shower before bed. Anything that makes you sleep well, please bring it on, because sleep is very important. When you sleep, your brain starts to store away memories. It starts organizing itself. So a restful sleep will make you feel more fresh in the morning and able to take on the responsibilities of the next day. If you are having problems sleeping, and this is a huge problem, you must start doing more research on sleep and finding out why you're not able to sleep. Sometimes it could be that your room is too hot. It could be that your room is too cold. I know sometimes they say that if your room is cold and your beddings are warm, you are able to sleep well. But I also know, because I have a back problems, a good mattress. Sometimes I sleep on the floor because of my back problems. So don't be afraid to sleep on the floor, or or change your mattress, or move things around in your home if it's going to help you sleep better. Sleep is priceless. Live with an attitude of gratitude. Whew. If you want to forget your problems, gratitude works, because when you're grateful, It's hard to be sad at the same time. When you form a habit of seeing things that you have and not the things that you don't have, you learn to be very, very grateful with life. And it's hard to feel like you're lacking something when you're in gratitude. One of the things that one of my friends was telling me is that when you lift up your hands and you go like, yes, 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 it's hard to even feel lack when you're saying yes to life. So when you say yes to life, it gives you more reasons to say yes. So gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Start being grateful for your eyes, your ability to breathe, the air, anything. Start anywhere. Smile. Don't frown. It's hard to be happy when you frown. You know, you can tell people as we grow older, you can tell the people who smiled at life and you can tell the people who frowned at life. Don't be one of those people. When you want to live to be older, you want to bring more humor and more happiness in your life, smiling at life is one of those things that is going to bring you good fortune. Learn to smile with your eyes. Learn to smile with your mind. Learn to smile, not just to show your teeth, because for a long time I was just smiling so that I can show people my teeth. I didn't. I mean, if that's where you have to start there. And just keep smiling at life. Life will smile back at you. And this is another way of maneuvering life. You can maneuver life frowning, or you can maneuver life smiling and being grateful. Write a journal. I love putting things down. If I have a lot of things to do, I write them down. If I have decisions that I need to make, I write them down. My options, this one is good, why this one is bad. I just write down my options. If I have something that's bugging me, if I need closure about something, I will write it down and I will monitor my feelings. I will write a date. This date, I'm feeling this way. This other day, I'm feeling this way. And then I will monitor my feelings and kind of see if I'm growing. Because when you write a journal, you can read from yourself. And then you can go over and read from yourself and see what's going on, assess the situation of what's going on within yourself. It's a good way to free up space in your mind so that you can see things the way they are. A good way to journal also is to help you achieve your goals in life. When I wanted to make some very difficult changes in my life, I wanted to become a different person, and I learned this from the Metamorphic program. They told me to write a 1.0 version of myself, and I write a 2.0 version of myself on my journal. And then I was going to think, I want to move from 1.0 to 2.0 Monica. How do I make this jump? There were things that I needed to let go, and there were things that I needed to learn so that I can go there. It was going to be a journey of success. It wasn't going to be a straight line. It was going to look more like a U going down, dropping things and picking up new habits and then accelerating into my 2.0 version. And that is what I would want you to learn, how to make a journal. The other thing that is really, really important is to do different things. If you're consistently eating the same food, you get bored, and your mind doesn't like boredom. If you're constantly doing the same things over and over, you're going to frustrate your brain, because your brain loves to learn. it's wired for learning. Your brain is plastic. It wants to learn new things. So visit different places, eat different foods, talk to different people, learn new things. This is going to change your life. When we were going through the pandemic, I started crocheting like many people. Then crocheting didn't work out very well. I still made a granny square, very beautiful granny square. But I also took up sailing, and this was a new skill. I got hit by a boom. I learned not to go into the no sail zone. I got stuck in shallow waters. I have a story about my new skill of sailing. My story of sailing has brought me a new way of looking at the wind. It has brought me a new way of understanding the waters. I have learned so many things from doing something outside of my comfort zone. I never thought I would be somebody who was interested in sailing, but trying new things can be really, really wonderful. So go out there, challenge yourself to learn new things, because once you start learning new things that you never thought you would learn, you start gaining that confidence in life, and your brain will reward you for that with a long, happy, and successful life. These are some of the ways that we can delete programs in our mind and create new programs that will help us live a long, happy, and successful life. Please continue tuning into Self-Wired Happiness. You're going to learn so many things, and it's going to keep you consistent. Wiring in happiness is building neural connections, and we know that where attention goes, energy flows, and where energy flows, neural firing flows, and where neural firing flows, neural connections grow. Thanks again for tuning in to Self-Wired Happiness. Please like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, namaste.